Crypto fam, holla at your boy in the live chat. You gotta respect the pump. In today's show, Bitcoin price hits $27,000, a new 9-month high as the Fed injects $300 billion. Now check this out. In 2008, Iceland let its 3 largest banks collapse and instead supported its citizens, prosecuted the fraudsters responsible for the mismanagement, and became the largest contributor for Bitcoin hash rate per capita. Also in today's show, breaking news, SVB Financial Group files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That's right. Also, billionaire Mike Novogratz predicts credit crunch amid banking crisis and says that Bitcoin and crypto fit for the moment. Also in today's show, Bitcoin is beating Warren Buffett's crypto bet in 2023. We'll also be discussing how ChatGPT-4 would spend $100 in crypto trading, ultimately meaning which crypto would they invest in. Also in today's show, Fidelity Investments has opened Bitcoin trading to millions of people during the ongoing banking crisis. Mass adoption. Let's go. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. And today's episode is brought to you by the largest crypto exchange in the world, which is Binance. I prefer them because they offer 0 trading fees on the top related Bitcoin pairs, truly making it a no-brainer. If you don't already have your Binance account set up, use my referral link in the description right down below and claim your bonus of up to $600. And if you're a Binance US user, be sure to use the Binance US link to take advantage of their particular incentives, which are also listed below. And let's get this crypto, shall we? Welcome everyone to podcast episode number 1223. I am your host, JV, and today is March 17th, 2023. And you gotta love it. Taking a look here at the market, Bitcoin already tapped 27,000, setting a new high for the year, and is currently up 6% at the time of this recording, currently trading above $26,400. And as you can see, Ether up almost 3%, trading at $1,700, and just overall gains, which is a good sign. And checking out cryptomarketcap.com, we can see the current crypto market cap back above 1.1 trillion with about 82 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Now look at this stat. The Bitcoin dominance on the climb from about 44% yesterday to now 45.3%. You gotta love it, with the Ether dominance at 18.7%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, IMX up 16%, trading at $1.39, followed by Block Stacks up about 15%, trading at $1.05, followed by CFX up 12%, trading at 32 cents. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past week, as you can see here, we have Stacks up 18%, IMX up almost 20%, and CFX up over 15%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're back in neutral with a 51. Yesterday was a 52, last week a 34 in fear, and last month a 53, which is neutral. How many of you are pretty pumped up for the Bitcoin price soaring to hit 27,000? I would bet 30,000 is obviously not too far away, roughly $3,000. That's the next logical target and resistance for the King Crypto to break. But now let's break down the latest technical analysis. Check it out. Bitcoin hit new 9-month highs on March 17th as the latest events in the growing United States banking crisis boosted the crypto markets. As you can see here in the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart, looking bullish as what? Data from Cointelegraph Market Report and TradingView showed Bitcoin hitting $27,000 and $25 on Bitstamp before the consolidation, and a catalyst for fresh upside had come in the form of the Fed's balance sheet data overnight. This showing almost $300 billion being injected into the economy as part of the banking crisis response. The event effectively undid months of liquidity removal under the Fed's QT, which is quantitative tightening, and commentators were quick to call the restarting of the opposite phenomenon, which is quantitative easing. Quoting the Wolf of Wall Streets, they'll tell you it's not QE, but the numbers don't lie. Roughly half of the reduction from a year of quantitative tightening has been erased in a single week. Bitcoin thus followed a strong performance for U.S. equities the day prior, as market commentators shared belief was there that the uptrend could continue despite stocks producing sideways action on the day. Quoting Stock Money Lizards, Bitcoin is trying to fly. This resistance line will break sooner or later, and lo and behold, we broke. Now, also quoting crypto analyst Mikhail Pop, chopperino land on Bitcoin, which means that we'll probably have some sideways structures. Needs to hold 26,000. If that holds, 28 to 30,000 is next. If it loses 26, I'm punting around 25 for some longs. Relatively easy to understand. Now let's discuss Arthur Hayes' input on this in the extensive dissection of current Fed behavior and its potential consequences. Hayes concluded the Bitcoin was a firm haven in contrast to stocks. Quoting him here, "For me and my portfolio, I am largely done trading stonks. What's the point? I generally buy and hold and don't trade around my positions that frequently. If I believe what I wrote, then I am signing myself up for the underperformance," he revealed. "If there is a short-term trading opportunity where I think I can earn some quick fiat ducats, then take my profit and buy more Bitcoin, I will do it. Otherwise, I am liquidating most of my stock portfolio and moving it into crypto." Now, Hayes added that there were always a chance that he could be wrong about Bitcoin's upward trajectory and that adjustments to his strategy would follow should that be the case. So there you have it. And now for an interesting fact, and this is being called the tweet of the month, according to the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser. In 2008, Iceland let its three largest banks collapse and instead supported its citizens, prosecuted the fraudsters responsible for the mismanagement, and became the largest contributor for Bitcoin hash rate per capita. Pretty sweet. What if they did that here in the United States? Instead of bailing them out, they actually did the right thing for the citizens and punished the central bankers involved in the scheme. You know what I mean? Hang the bankers, as Max Keiser would say. I think that would fix a lot of our problems. But nonetheless, now let's dive into the latest news of just came out today that SVB has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Lo and behold, that's right, check this out. Troubled SVB Financial Group has filed a voluntary petition for a court-supervised reorganization under Chapter 11 in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court to preserve value. Announcing the news March 17th today, SVB said that the funds of its venture capital arm, SVB Capital, and the broker-dealer, SVB Securities, as well as funds of general partner entities, are not included in the bankruptcy proceedings. The entities will continue to operate in the ordinary manner, while SVB Financial Group proceeds to explore strategic alternatives for its businesses. Now, SVB Financial also emphasized that the company is no longer affiliated with Silicon Valley Bank or the bank's private banking and wealth management services, SVB Private. The bank's successor, Silicon Valley Bridge Bank, is operating under the jurisdiction of the FDIC and is not included in the Chapter 11 filing. According to the SVB Group's estimations, the firm has $2.2 billion of liquidity in addition to cash and its interest in SVB Capital and SVB Securities, and the firm has other valuable investment securities accounts and other assets for which it is also exploring strategic options. SVB's group-funded debt is around $3.3 billion aggregate principal amount of unsecured notes, which are only resources to SVB Financial Group and have no impact on the SVB Capital or SVB Securities. That announcement notes the SVB Group also has $3.7 billion of preferred stocks. Now, SVB Group aims to deploy the court-supervised process to evaluate strategic alternatives for SVB Capital, SVB Securities, and its other assets, SVB Group's Chief Restructuring Officer, William said, adding the following: the Chapter 11 process will allow SVB Financial Group to preserve value as it evaluates strategic alternatives for its prized businesses and assets, especially SVB Capital and SVB Securities. So there you have it. I mean, the bank runs are going to continue, and it's interesting that the Fed doesn't even have enough to bail them out, because didn't they just print $300 billion and the bank is still filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy? Very interesting to say the least, which leads us to our next story of the day. Let's discuss the ongoing credit crunch we're undergoing right now. Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz is warning that the problems currently plaguing the banks are wide and deep-seated. Novogratz says in a new CNBC interview that there's going to be a credit crunch globally based on what some leading indicators are suggesting. Quoting the Billionaire here, the commodity market is telling you, oil market is telling you, we are heading into a recession. We are going to have a credit crunch in the U.S. and globally. And according to the Galaxy Digital CEO, the credit crunch will be caused by banks reducing lending activity as they rebuild their capital basis after a fall in deposits triggered by depositors' fears over the safety of their assets, ultimately the bank run. Quoting him here, now you've got a market that's going to go into a credit crunch. How do banks rebuild capital capital, they lend less. And so are you going to see a credit crunch happening in the US? And that's starting to get priced in the market in a dramatic way. And while foreseeing the interest rates, they are likely to fall in the near term after a series of hikes, says Novogratz. And he also says that the creation of Bitcoin was inspired by loose monetary policies such as the ones that are about to set in. Facts, quoting him again, fixed income, commodities will tell you we are headed to a recession. Federal Reserve Chairman Powell should pause and will be cutting rates sooner than we think. And so that's a huge difference in psychology. It's got Bitcoin and Ethereum on the move. If there was ever a time to be in Bitcoin and crypto, this is why it was created, and is because the governments print too much money whenever the pain gets too great. And we are seeing that. Pretty factual if you were to ask me. And to watch this video he did on CNBC, check the show notes below the video in the description. And guess what? As the money printer continued to go, it couldn't be a better bullish sign for the king. You feel me? With that being shared, now let's discuss the latest of what's going on with Mr. Warren Buffett. Remember that bet? Well, check it. In 2023, Bitcoin and Cathie Wood's Coinbase investment are finally outperforming Warren Buffett's popular crypto bet and Brazil's fintech giant, Nubank. That's right. As of March 17th, the Bitcoin price is up nearly 55% year to date, probably closer to 60% from the high of 27,000. But in comparison, Nubank has risen by only 26%. Meanwhile, another crypto exposure asset named Coinbase stock has seen the biggest rebound of the three, rising over 100% year to date. So shout out to Cathie Wood. Nevertheless, Buffett's investment has fared better than Coin over the past 12 months. As of March 17th, Nubank is down 38% year over year compared to Coin's 61%, nearly equal to Bitcoin's 37% losses in the same period. Now, Buffett's investment firm Berkshire Hathaway purchased $1.5 billion worth of the class of Nubank stock in two separate rounds in July of 2021 and February of 2022. The news came as a surprise to many since Buffett is a well-known crypto critic, and Nubank offers crypto trading services via one of its wings called New Crypto. So ultimately what we're saying, he's a hypocrite. And in May of 2022, the bank said it would allocate 1% of its net assets into Bitcoin. This move reinforces the company's conviction of the Bitcoin and current future potential in disrupting financial services in the region, Nubank said. But despite Nubank's crypto exposure and Nubank's price decline, Buffett has not sold a single share, according to Berkshire Hathaway's annual earnings report. Now let's discuss Cathie Wood doubling down on Coin this year. The same cannot be said about Coinbase's earnings in 2022, with its 57% drop in year-over-year revenue. But ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood appears unfazed by continuing to buy Coin shares via her ARK Next Generation Internet ETF and ARK Innovation ETF in 2023. The Coin buys in particular account for roughly 30% of all the stock purchased thus far this year. Now, comparing Bitcoin's price performance with the market debut of Coinbase and Nubank holdings reaffirms that Bitcoin not only regularly outperforms stocks, but also crypto exposure stocks. And although expectations have been seen, such as the Bitcoin mining stock boom in 2021, overall, hodling Bitcoin is proving to be a better strategy year over year, and likely with more upside potential than traditional stocks. I agree with that 100%. I don't even dabble with traditional stocks. Why? Because there's Bitcoin and there's no better investment, in my humble opinion. But let me know how y'all feel in the comments below. And at the end of the show, we'll be reading all of those comments out loud. And with that being shared, now let's dive into our next story of the day, and that's ChatGPT, what they would do if they had $100 to invest into crypto trading. And this is also quite interesting. So check it. ChatGPT 4, which is the latest version of the AI chatbot ChatGPT, believes events of the last 7 days could be bullish for the King Crypto and Ether and Cosmos, according to the AI trading experiment run by Cointelegraph. The experiment is aimed at understanding GPT's 4 potential biases towards certain cryptos, how the event of last week could impact investment decisions, and whether it can adjust strategy to eventually turn a profit. The experiment began on March 17th, instructing the chatbot to allocate $100 to make as much money as possible in the shortest time. The prompt had to be written in a way so that GPT would be comfortable giving out the trading instructions. As GPT-4 knowledge and training is current only to September of 2021, Cointelegraph felt that with the year-end roundups for 2021 and 2022, along with the market news and most read stories over the past 7 days to understand how it would invest based on the most recent events, it noted that the current state of the crypto market has been volatile with various factors, including influencing the prices. Quoting them here, the recent Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank failures have led to increased uncertainty of the financial sector. This situation, combined with regulatory pressure and macroeconomic factors, has contributed to fluctuations in the crypto prices. And with the context in mind, it's advice to allocate the $100 involve the following: $50 into Bitcoin, $25 into Ethereum, $15 into Cosmos/Atom, and $10 to NFT and Web3 related projects. Very interesting. And on Bitcoin, GPT-4 said that despite the short-term volatility and recent price drop, it still has strong long-term potential. Quoting them here, the overall trend shows that Bitcoin acts as a safe haven during times of financial instability, such as the recent Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank failures. And additionally, Bitcoin's dominance is nearing 50%, and some analysts predict a move towards $100,000. You damn skippy. And meanwhile, ChatGPT-4 suggested that Ethereum's upcoming Shanghai upgrade could strengthen its dominance and benefit liquid staking providers. Quoting them here, Ethereum's price is also showing signs of recovery, making it a suitable addition to the portfolio. The chatbot then recommended allocating $15 to Cosmos due to Cosmos' launch of interchain security, which could create potential growth opportunities for Atom. Quoting them here, it's a promising project in the blockchain space, and the launch could attract more investors. And it also instructed Cointelegraph to put $6 into Decentraland, given interest in virtual worlds and NFTs continues to grow, and $4 into Chainlink. Quoting them here, with the growing adoption of Web3 and decentralized apps, the demand for reliable off-chain data will continue to rise. Chainlink's Link token is used to pay for services within the Chainlink ecosystem, making it a good investment as the need for Oracle services expand. Now, Cointelegraph made the purchases on an exchange immediately after and is now tracking the fund's performance using a portfolio tracker. All very interesting. Now, this is an ongoing experiment, keep in mind, and more updates will be shared in the future. And at the end of the experiment, any proceeds will be donated to a charity of the community's choice. But I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below on the diversification of that $100 being invested into those cryptos. Do you think that is a wise choice by ChatGPT, or would you diversify differently? Let me know. And again, I'll read all of your comments out loud at the end of the show. And now for the moment you have all been waiting for, let's discuss this mass adoption, as now over 30 million customers have access to buy and sell crypto, including Bitcoin, through the Fidelity platform, with Fidelity being one of the largest asset managers in the world next to BlackRock. That's right. Customers of Fidelity Investments can now buy through the broker, Bitcoin. The Fidelity Crypto platform first opened a waitlist back in November of 2022 and is now available to the public. As of yesterday, customers are able to buy and sell Bitcoin, although they will not be able to transfer it to a self-custody wallet where the user controls their private keys. That is a huge thing to keep in mind. During the launch of the waitlist, there was mention of this ability to come later, but no detail or roadmap has been provided beyond that. So you can't self-custody your assets from the Fidelity platform. You have to keep it on their platform. And as we know, not your keys, not your cheese, right? And when trading, customers will not be charged the fee, but instead a 1% spread, which Fidelity has defined as the difference between the price at which you buy or sell your crypto in your Fidelity Crypto account and the price at which Fidelity Digital Assets fills your order. This spread will be visible in the client execution price. Now, trading will only be available to U.S. Investors and residents over the age of 18 in eligible states, so not worldwide. And Fidelity's foray into crypto has not been without criticism, with a group of senators stating in a letter to the financial arm, Fidelity Investments has opted to expand beyond traditional finance and delve into the highly unstable and increasingly risky digital asset market, as if, the USD market wasn't risky, you know what I mean? But that seemingly hasn't stopped Fidelity, so good for them. While their introduction of the service to the public may be welcomed, it is specifically during moments like the current banking crisis that extra emphasis should be placed upon self-custody. Trust in institutions that are exceptionally large, similar to Fidelity, is what has led to the fiasco seen over the last week. So while Fidelity is often regarded as a highly trusted institution, it should still be noted that trusted third parties are security holes, facts, and that the only way for true way to the sovereign use of Bitcoin is through the holding of one owns private keys. And I bet everyone listening today would absolutely agree with that. So, that's the catch. It's a catch-22. So hopefully you investors demand Fidelity offer self-custody. Otherwise, why would you want to invest, using their platform? You know what I mean? But now let's dive into some live Q&A. And I appreciate everyone here today in the live chat as always. Andre, good to see you. Ellen, good to see you. Dan, we have Dan Drummond. We have Jeff. We got SpongeBob SquarePants in the building. Digital Dankness. Bitcoin Maximus. Always great to see you, Ellen. I appreciate you tuning in. We have Bendaro. We got Andrew 2, and I'm just going to scroll to the top. We got Frankie V. Good to see you, broski. Adam says it's a fine spring day here in England. The birds are singing. Love to hear that. Sun is shining, and those sats I stacked through the winter are starting to grow. Happy days. Well done, and congratulations on stacking them stats. You know what I mean? Jeff, good morning. It is good to see you as always. Happy days. When the dollar is in the toilet, Bitcoin rises to the top. Reminds us, digital dankness. Facts. I feel bad for cheering on the downfall of the US dollar, but not too bad, says Matthew. I feel the same way. Did everyone see the chart that Lurk Broyles put out? I have not, so please do enlighten me. Jeff says, I hope Bitcoin drops one more time to 20,000. It'll be interesting because if we hit 30, I don't think we're going to see sub 20,000 ever again. But hey, you never know. We could retest and crash. But right now, with all the uncertainty and fear in the banking system, with the bank runs and collapses and all the money printing, things couldn't be more bullish for Bitcoin. The fundamentals are strong as ever. I am not cheering for the dollar to tank, but when the government loses the leverage on society, Bitcoin will be our saving grace and crush the overinflated government reach. I agree with you 100%. Dankness. Matthew says, if Bitcoin was the global reserve currency and was divided by Satoshis like the current fiat system had the breakdown. Yeah, that's what makes Bitcoin so much superior. One of the many reasons is it can be, one Bitcoin can be divided by 100 million Satoshis, which is a pretty big deal. And it could be used obviously for micropayments and a lot of other uses as well. So it's a mixed blessing, so to speak. Alan says, are we going to have another dip, or was 19 the best price we are going to get? That's debatable. Nobody knows with 100% certainty. And if they told you they did, they're lying because there's probabilities. Anything can happen. But it seems Bitcoin, with the price going up, opposite to the banking crashing, all the banks crashing, I couldn't feel more confident in the King Crypto right now. So I am skeptical that we revisit sub $20,000. But that's just my 2 Satoshis. Let me know what you guys think. Boomer says, would love one more buying dip. Wouldn't we all, though? I think we all agree with that. If there is another buying dip, you seize the moment and take advantage of it. So, for example, Bitcoin just surged to 27,000. We just hit a new high for the past 300 days. So if we were to correct some, maybe it would be more realistic, 24, maybe as low as 22 to 24. But I wouldn't be as pessimistic to believe that we're going down to 19,000, especially with all the uncertainty with the banking systems and collapsing and money printing. You know what I mean? He had millionaires as holding an average of 0.06 Bitcoin, multimillionaire holdings on average at 10 Bitcoin. That's what's up. A bittersweet blessing when the dollar tanks. The economy is going to crash. I know. It's sad, but we've been prepared. How long have we been discussing this every day? You know what I mean? I don't know how to share screenshots from the phone. Can I do it from a computer? Oh, I feel you. You can just tell me what the chart says as far as price action and date. In this date, it predicts XYZ. And you can screenshot on the phone if you have an iPhone. I think you hit the button on the right and the top button, and it takes screenshots. I do that when I share the charts on Twitter all the time. Good morning, Megadon. It is good to see you as well. Appreciate you tuning in live as always. Happy St. Patty's Day to the entire crypto fam. And yeah, we got a St. Patrick's present today of a $27,000 Bitcoin price. You got to love it. Let's get this, as Nico K finally was able to drop in live. I appreciate you tuning in live. Much respect. Frankie V in the building. What's up, Crypto News Alerts fam? Good to see you, broski. Always a pleasure. Is the usual crew still here? Yeah, I mean, typically we got a lot of the crew in the building. There's always going to be someone missing, but hey, that's because we all around the world. Barry says, Bitcoin, everyone away from the banks to the top. Word up. I already moved out of stocks except for gold and silver and uranium, says Ellen. Good stuff. Frankie B says, Dankness, my man is a legend. I appreciate you. Dermont says, Bitcoin will increase to 27,000 and then 30. Don't sell. Expect some volatility. That's what I'm anticipating, so I'm glad you brought that up, Dermont. So thank you. I did it months ago, Matthew. Just a nightmare scenario happening in stocks, says Ellen. Yeah. I mean, Dan says, so did we have our one last dump, or is that still incoming? Good question. I also bought a Rolls Royce at 87 cents. They have a new portable nuclear reactor. Very interesting. So you're referring to the Rolls Royce stock there, Ellen? 27,000 Bitcoin. Congrats to all the Bitcoin hodlers. Congrats, fam. Yeah, I bought gold, silver royalties that give you royalty payments, says Ellen. 100,000 Bitcoin in less than 24 months. Send it. Let's go. Also have Bitcoin better than any stock. Yeah, Bitcoin absolutely better than any stock because it's decentralized and unconfiscatable and it's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Just for those reasons alone is superior. Happy St. Patty's Day, wearing green, smoking green, making green. I love that chill. I'm not rocking the green today because I totally forgot, but I'm glad to see the price action is in the green. And later I will be smoking some green as well. So that's all that matters. I sold all my Apple the other day, junked 3 months ago in December of 2022. Oh, wow, interesting. Pass the blunt, don't, says Jeff, puff, puff, pass. Yes, I held Apple since $19 and sold it all. Well done, Ellen. 8 years of Apple. Wow. Smart. Kathy Wood equals Moon Mame. Yeah, shout out to Kathy Wood. She's awesome. And shout out to ARK Invest. Dankness says, hey fam, don't forget to slap the like button and subscribe to the #1 daily crypto source for the crypto news. Appreciate that, Dankness. That is right. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed if not already, and hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications so you get notified every day when I go live. And I do this show 365 days out of the year, typically, unless it's physically impossible for me to do. So I'm probably the most consistent crypto YouTuber there is. And I do have the #1 daily show, currently receiving over 500,000 downloads per month via iTunes, Spotify, etc., and all the podcasting platforms out there. We need to grow the YouTube platform, though. You know what I mean? I predict within the next year, ETH will have to register with the SEC or leave the US to avoid heavy fines. If they leave, they will be depegged from the US exchanges and price will dump. I like your prediction because it's in alignment with what I feel as well. So thank you for sharing. Nico says, if it's still correlated, then sure, why not? But if it breaks away from the stocks, you may have a point. Love Bitcoin going to 100,000, says Ellen. Yeah, the stock, JV. Interesting. Talking about the Rolls Royce stock. Got the confirmation. Thank you. Coinfather says, just listened while I finished my resume. Hope to find a job in this crap economy after my military retirement. Why not launch a podcast and start talking about crypto? You know what I mean? Great way to work from home. The bank is broke, says R. Jones. Facts. Preach. Waiting to see what happens this summer when the government hits the debt ceiling, says Jeff. You know what I mean? It's all, the real color is Azure blue. Why do you guys smoke? It says johnthebomb.com. Good question. I mean, I think everyone has their own reason. I do it for, it's my medicine. It helps with my insomnia when I can't sleep at night. I can just, boom, puff the magic dragon, fall right asleep and feel great and not have to be on any meds because I'm all natural. You know what I mean? That's just what I prefer. I'm never going to take like an Advil or something. You know what I mean? I want to remain natural, and I believe that the cannabis plant is God's medicine because it's 100% natural. It grows from the ground. So I believe God blessed us with that plant. Whereas a drug, or like even an Advil, is considered a drug because there's chemicals they have to do and mix it to create it. You know what I mean? And I don't trust that stuff at the end of the day. I try to be as holistic as possible. For Christ's sake, I haven't even eaten meat since the age of 16 when I became a vegetarian. So I live a very unusual life in comparison to many human beings. You know what I mean? But that's just my own choice, my own trajectory. What do you guys think? Get ready to party at JV's in 2 years. I mean, it could happen a lot sooner than that. What if we hit 100,000 this year? Whoa, you can come meet us out in Puerto Rico. How many of you are joining us? Realistically, Bitcoin hit 100,000 before the end of the year. Hypothetically, say it was Christmas time. And Bitcoin's at 100,000. How many of you are coming for the $100,000 party here in Puerto Rico? Holla. Remember that one time I won $50 Bitcoin from Crypto News Alerts? Ben Darrow, that's what's up. Yeah, I did that for I did a giveaway for 2 to 3 months straight, giving away $50 in Bitcoin every single day until the fact where it became so difficult to monitor and keep up with because of all the scammers pretending they won, creating copy accounts, and it was just a nightmare. But I did give out a lot of Bitcoin, and I'm glad I did, but it was a lot of work at the end of the day. But I'm glad I was able to do so. Matthew says, I am the mitten. I want to make it there too. I did too. $50 won by JV. It's now $68.90. Congratulations. I love it. And you know what sparked that idea? I had a very blessed day where I had a lot of super chat contributions, and it was like $10, $20, and I got like $50 in total. And I'm like, what if I gave away $50 every day? You know what I mean? And I started doing that, and it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I will be happy to take edibles for my pain and sleep. Yeah, edibles are a great alternative. I will be there for the Puerto Rico party, says Coinfather. Can't wait, fam. Looking forward to it. Barry says we coming to the party. You're damn right. All you're going to need is a plane ticket to Puerto Rico. Not that expensive from the United States. Doesn't require a passport. And you're just probably going to need, I don't know, depending upon your hotel accommodation that you choose and how many days you choose to stay on the island, may run between, I'd say, $200 to $300 a night for a pretty decent hotel. So if you stayed a few nights, you may want to have $1,000 in reserves. And it shouldn't be a problem if Bitcoin is at 100,000, right? Because everyone here is a Bitcoin hodler. So if the price is only 26,000 now, and hypothetically you just have one Bitcoin and you're a whole coiner, well, you're going to be up 75,000 from today's price. So you should be able to afford a plane ticket and a hotel, reservation to come meet us at the party. I'm not going to charge, to meet up wherever we do meet up. It's just going to be come join us and let's celebrate. Let's record it and let's have a great time and let's finally meet, because I haven't met, I don't think, any of you in physical, life. So I would love to meet y'all. It'd be a lot of fun. I also look into a mansion for the family. Exactly. Maybe we rent an epic mansion and we all celebrate together and stay together. I don't know. We'll have to plan it out. I see a new song by Tom McDonald out today, mentions crypto. Word up. And shout out to Little Bubble. I know he's been pretty consistent with his raps as well for crypto, which are pretty hilarious. Always looking at property in Puerto Rico. Awesome. I bought this property last year, and I'm glad I did. Good stuff. Great community. A very active sports community. We probably got like 6 or 7 basketball courts just in my own community. I play ball every day. We have probably about 10 tennis courts. We probably have about 15 beach tennis courts, volleyball courts, very active gym, all that good stuff. We have a trail where we can go running, biking, all that fun stuff. I try to stay as active as possible. You know what I mean? Versus just looking at the charts all day, which will drive you crazy in crypto. You know what I mean? Already looking at property, word up. Well, I appreciate y'all, but let's wrap up. As you can see, the Bitcoin price is currently above 26.5. I think we're going to retest that 27,000 resistance. And as they say, the more times we retest a resistance, the more likely we're to break it and continue higher. And I think once we break it clearly, then we're heading on up to that $30,000 resistance, which I cannot wait. But with that being shared, now for a recap of what I cover with you here in today's show, we discussed the latest technical analysis as the Bitcoin price hit 27,000 this morning and a new 9-month high as the Fed injects literally $300 billion. We also discussed breaking news that SVB Financial Group files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, not surprising, and that's even after the bailouts. And billionaire Mike Novogratz predicts that a credit crunch is coming amid the banking crisis and says the Bitcoin and crypto fits for the moment. We also discussed that Bitcoin is beating Warren Buffett's crypto bet in 2023 and that Kathy Wood is a smart cookie. We also discussed how ChatGPT-4 would spend $100 in crypto trading, which includes investments into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cosmos, as well as Chainlink and what's the other one? Decentraland. We also discussed the latest with Fidelity Investments opening up Bitcoin trading to the public with over 30 million clients during the ongoing banking crisis. The only caveat is that you can't self-custody your crypto off of the Fidelity platform, which is a big no-no. You know what I mean? But with that being shared, fam, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's show.